Hi, welcome back to another video and harmony piece. I would like to talk about the four elements of growth: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. So, with mental, it's about understanding your beliefs, challenging your beliefs, and understanding yourself, the way you see yourself in life, and literally challenging yourself. Think what you believe, things that you know you can do, because our belief system again comes from caregivers, growing up, your environment, the way you see things from the lenses through your eyes, and to change that. That's with mental. Physical, with physical, it's a matter of looking after the body, the mind, the body, the soul, nurturing, having a great food, having great rest, which is very important. Emotional, challenge yourself, about saying to yourself about I'm good enough, I can do the things I can do, and reword the things that to yourself and talk to yourself like it's your best friend. Spiritual, with spiritual, I believe it's about your purpose. What is it that you want in your own life? What aligns with you, your energy, the things what you want to do for yourself, which is very important, because I believe all these four things is important. And I have to say, through the journey, and I always say we are on a journey in our own lives, and it doesn't stop, because you can grow and learn every day. When I look at the four areas: mental, growth, physical, spiritual, all these things, well, I know with being spiritual is having that purpose, caring, looking out for people. That was for me, because I know I like to care about people, see people go in the right direction. Even though I worked in residential, I had that caring soul, that caring, warm heart. I wanted to see the best for these kids who I work with, which then I saw, wow, that was amazing, touched my heart when I lost my dad, which again, where I wanted to see where let's make a difference for helping other people and help the ones what need help, or to shine a light, to explain, show things, to be a positive inspiration, which is very important. Another thing with on top of that is when it comes to physical, I believe with physical, it's about knowing how to look after your body, having the right food to energize your body, not just having, junk food. I'm not saying not to have junk food, but just minimize when you're having that kind of food. Mental, it's about understanding the mind works, the nervous system, to understand how to balance yourself, which is very important, but also knowing your beliefs, your desires, and even with emotions, because we have to connect all of them. Mental and emotions, both of them, is matter of the fact is having that what you believe and what you want in your own life is what you say to yourself. Don't get me wrong, when we was younger, we believed in those things. As we got older into adults, we have a decision, we have a choice to change those things for the best, change those things for us. So when I break these things down, like knowing that when I talk about emotions, when I talk about beliefs, is what you say to yourself to rewire what you're saying. So if someone says you wasn't good enough doing that, how can I say you're not good enough to do that? It's just the matter of fact is you're learning, you're improving, and I've now done enough for today. And that's all that matters, because I can say one thing where I learned something doesn't mean I'm not good enough. It's just that, sorry, I've got something down my throat then. I'll say to myself, today I've learned this, I will improve and I'll keep improving. Or when you say to yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm enough, and I'm safe, and I'm okay, and I'm good. Thank you for this advice. And this is talking to myself. And this is very important. And these are the things I always say to myself, things that I want to achieve. Even to the point when I look back 2, 3 years ago, I'd put these words in my head before. I wasn't good enough. Don't want to do this. I believe in everyone else says. I don't overthink. But it's coming from what everyone else is saying. But what are you saying to yourself? That is a very important thing. What do you say to yourself? This is where it's important to pause, reframe, saying, what is it I need for myself to do today? Which you could say, I'm learning this today and I'll go again Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday, then Friday, take a break and then come back and praise yourself, which is very important. Praise yourself for those things and have a schedule. So you see, when you self-talk, you can do this any given time, any day. I'll do this now. I'll self-talk, talk to myself, because you're the only one who's talking to your mind, and that's yourself. I'm not saying that friends can't give you advice or family, whatever, but it's how much you tell yourself and how much information outside coming in that you want to store and take on board as well. That is very important. And like I said before, even with like food and nourishment and having a balanced diet does come a long way. Having the right food, having fruits, having veg, chicken, any kind of food, exercise. It all depends. Like you see, I can give for this for exercise. You can put yourself. What are your favorite hobbies? Give yourself half an hour. If it's 2 days, 3 days, each day, and you increase it slowly, depending on what you want to do. For me, different. I love yoga. I love to meditate. I love to go for walks. But also, what I did the other day was went to sauna, yoga, stretching, where I was doing it in the sauna section, and it was really hot, really hot in the sauna, stretching, hot yoga. But then after that, we did go into the ice bath. That was really good. But again, it's just a matter of fact what helps you, because it's a matter of connecting your body, what connects to you and your soul. I'm not saying to go out there, start going to the sauna and ice bath and all that stuff. You might want to do swimming. You might want to go for a walk. You might want to take the dog out. You might want to go tennis. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's what helps you to regulate and makes you feel calm in yourself as well. And I always believe like journaling for the day, what you've done, all these things you journal and write down, what I'm grateful for, what I'm happy about, which you can praise yourself, what you've done, and you can challenge yourself. Even if you've gone through a difficult conversation with someone, you can challenge the conversation, say to yourself, thank you for today. I've done X, Y, Z. And what you can do at the end of the journal is say to yourself, brain, give me a calming thought. This could be in the evening. There's going to be a thought in your head. What, for example, a calming thought. Doesn't matter what it is, and you'll smile and laugh. And then you can say to your brain, tonight, relax, calm, nice, slow, like to go to sleep. You can say anything and talk to yourself about it, because it's about talking the things what you want to say to yourself before you go to bed. Also, it just helps everything. I'll tell you another thing what helps as well. It's you can either read books, audio books, journal, podcasts, having other people who in that direction where you want to go in your own life can actually help as well. It could be a business that you want to go into. It's having other like-minded people like yourself, go to social networks. It depends what you want to do for yourself, because I know for a fact before I got into life coaching, there was quite a few life coaches I did know, and I love them to bits. I'm very grateful to those people who helped me in the direction I am now as I speak, and I've learnt a lot. But also, you keep a small circle of people like that, because you never know what's going to happen further down the line. Who would have ever thought it? Like, I believe in growth, to learn and grow, which I'm very grateful. Where, prime example, podcast is happening. Another speech is happening in Dubai. Not been confirmed yet, but I've been offered. Then again, the podcast, which I'll be announcing in May, And there'll be other things down the line throughout this year. And who knows, or more opportunities, more opportunities. Is getting out there and saying the thing what you say it with passion. Because I believe when I was younger, and I always feel that anyone out there, there's that slight fear comes from your environment, the environment that you was in, where sometimes you might not have the chance to speak up what you want to say to yourself. You never had the chance. For me, I didn't feel I didn't as much. Where it's different now. Say the thing what you say to yourself. Say it loud. Say it proud. But also know what you want to say to yourself. Knowing that thing that you've done, and over time it goes through repetitions. Over time, it'll start to grow where all these areas like mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, where you can regulate yourself, but also it's jotting these things down, journaling these things down. So when I look at the whole, all this combining, I've grown. Parts of me have managed to kind of, I say it's like a rebirth. Areas in my own life, I've grown and understand myself a lot better in myself because I know my environment was very chaotic, but also it's just about understanding these parts of myself where didn't have the chance to express, and this could happen to yourself because you'll see the version of yourself start to grow in the direction where you want to go, but also challenge yourself, push yourself further. I'm not saying burn yourself out. I'm not saying literally keep working 24/7 like this constant all the time. I'm not saying that, but give yourself time and grace and be gentle to yourself because you're starting to grow and form into the version where we should be in our own lives, because sometimes we have blinds flickered where we don't push ourselves or don't go to the dream that we want. You can do those things what you want to do. You can get to where you want to go to. You can do the things what you love and you have the desire to do it. I believe in that because fast forward from before up until now, things are happening real quick, real fast, and I've taken these opportunities. And every day when I get a chance, opportunity after opportunity, who knows what could happen the month after. But I say one thing though, I'll make sure I take these opportunities, any chance, anything that comes in my direction. So I'm grateful for all the things that people opportunity giving that chance, but also give yourself credit as well, because I know growth can be scary because the version that you was before start to grow in a way where you're learning, studying, being self-aware of your emotions, catching yourself. How do I feel today? Even if you have to pause for 5 minutes and stop, how does it serve me? How does it serve for me as a person? How does it serve for me knowing that I'm going to react that way? And breathe for a second, because breathing helps to regulate and pause for that split second or for a couple of minutes, and then reflect and keep doing it, because sometimes we don't reflect enough. Reflect and pause, take a step back and think, you know what, and then be accountable for yourself and the way you act, the way you are, even with when you communicate with people, because we communicate with people every day anyway. And I feel part of growing is about learning to understand yourself and be authentic to your true self, which I believe is the best thing ever, to be authentic. Trust me. So one thing I have to say with growth, refrain what you're saying when you're saying something. Don't ever say, I'm going to fail, I can't do it. Just say, I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'll keep on moving. Just remember that. I'd say for food, having the right food, balanced diet, keep yourself active and fit, and look after yourself. Emotions, things that I know there's times we can get triggered, but understand the parts where you get triggered. Look back, take yourself back and talk to your inner child, talk to it and look after it. Mental, your beliefs is what the imprint you say to yourself that what you're going to do is what you're going to do in your own life. Sorry, I'm just very passionate because it can be done. Anything's possible. When you start to grow, your energy will shift rapidly. You might not see it straight away, but your energy will shift, and energy doesn't lie. So I hope this video helps. I love giving out advice and information. And what I'll do, once this video gets uploaded, I'll put on Instagram, on the news feed or reel about growth and mindset. Okay? Thank you again. Love you all. See you soon.